Well, it's been about 9 months since I first took delivery of this Miata right here, and it's about that point. So if you've been with the channel, you know about 1 year in, I get rid of a car. Sometimes sooner. It's been as quick as 3 months. The longest has been about 1.5 years. So is the honeymoon phase over with me and my MX-5 Miata? Let's talk for a minute. I've had some pretty monstrous cars on this channel, some legendary cars on here. Probably the most legendary would be my GT350, shout out to Race Car 21. And that car was awesome, the sounds, what it could do. But for me, I just couldn't utilize it on the street. And that's where the Miata comes in. It fills some big shoes. I do most of my driving on the street, daily drivers, I like to have fun every now and then, but normally I'm a civilized human being when I'm driving my cars. But this Miata came along and just swept me off my feet, and I just love it. I love it. But it's that time of year when Q's starting to sell cars. Am I gonna get rid of it? Has the new car worn off for me? This Miata got me doing things that I don't even necessarily like doing, things that I don't do, uncharacteristic of me. Like, first of all, a convertible. I generally don't care at all for convertibles, no matter what it is. I don't care if it's a ZL1. I didn't even know they made those in convertibles till the Topher brought it up to me. Mustangs, I just don't care about convertibles until I got a Miata. It's a fun experience with the top down. And it's lighter than the hardtop, the RF version. So this car is just fun all the time without breaking limits. And that can never get old to me. Because me, I just like to play around. I don't care about track times. I don't care if minivans are faster than me. You guys can keep those comments. I don't give about that at all. So this car is all about driving pleasure. And it fills that role better than any car that I've ever owned. And let me tell you this here, I have no regrets. And this is my favorite car that I have owned. So I have no plans of getting rid of this car. Possibly ever. And I'm wondering what the next Miata will bring, the NE version of it. I heard it's going to be hybridized, but honestly, I don't even care because I like this car so much. I need to do some modifications to beautify it because it is plain Jane, but I have upgraded all the creature comforts that make this a better daily driver. So is the honeymoon phase over? Hell no, we got a whole lot more to go in this car, man. I'm gonna do some exterior mods. That suspension, this car is not perfect. No car, I haven't driven the perfect car yet. Some are close, this is close to it, but it ain't perfect. That suspension, if I wanna take it more seriously on the track, that suspension is gonna need some work. I used to be one of those people that say, people just like the Miata because it's cheap. And that's just not true at all. So out of all the cars that I've driven, this car is still the most fun car for any dollar amount. And the great part about it is it's cheap. That's just the plus to it. It looks good, drives well. The materials on the interior are great. It makes decent sounds. I had to get an aftermarket exhaust on there, but it's all good now. I can drive this thing with the top down in the wintertime. As you can see right now, it's snowing. I got winter tires on here. I haven't driven it in like 3 weeks. I took a vacation and then I had press cars that I only like to drive my press cars when I have them. But I took it out yesterday and oh my God, I just fell in love again. I can't go that long without driving this car ever again. I'm about to drive it right now, so hop in. Well, it's gonna hit y'all with some top down action. But it started snowing, so we are not going to do that today. But gotta finish singing the praise of this car. And mind you, I'm not one of those people that'll just say stuff about the car just because I like Mazda. No, like, this is my original, this is just my opinion. Like, I don't care if Mazda made nothing but crappy vehicles and this was the good one. Like, I'll still sing praises to this Miata right here just because it's a good car. And that goes for any car. Like, I'm not going to just praise the car because other people do. Like, I see good and bad in all cars. Every car has pros and cons, as does this car. But every time I drive this car, it's always an adventure. Like, I never driven this car in snow. Here's the first. Actually, I'll take that back. I drove it in snow with summer tires, and that was terrifying. It really was terrifying. The back end kept swinging out. That was no fun for me. But with snow tires on here, I got the confidence to drive it any way I want to. And it's super approachable. I can even go to red line while it's snowing. What other car can you do that in and still not be speeding? Like, that's the best part about it. I can go to red line so often without speeding. Gotta love that. This shifter. It feels like I'm in some kind of a race car, but it needs a little bit more masculinity to it. But I honestly don't care about that. This exhaust did a number on it, because you can hear engine noise before the exhaust came on, but with the exhaust, it just makes it to where you hear something, because before that thing was silent. And now I got weight savings, and it sounds pretty good. And this is the loud version, and people often say that it's loud. It's not, because I've had other cars and it's not loud. Your neighbors won't hate you for, my neighbors won't hate me for this exhaust. Got traction in here. The spacing of these pedals is really good. Just the driver's car through and through. Now, something that I don't like about the car, that I wish I had a ½ inch of space to slide back, just a little bit more, just because like my perfect setting would just be about a ½ inch back, maybe even a quarter of an inch. But you can tell Mazda, they study what the buyers want, or not even the buyers. This is an enthusiast car, in and out. I don't think there's anything on this car that doesn't sing the enthusiast praise, in which that's a car that I would love to have, and that's what this is. It just does it. And like I mentioned earlier, on the track, it does have a little bit of roll to it, but on the street, it makes it for a comfortable driver. Like, I can drive this every day should I please to, but like I said, to my liking, I need a little bit more planted, just flat. It's got too much roll for me, and it has its purposes, for what people say. Even if it does, I don't like that. I need something a little bit more firm, a little bit more stiff. Gotta love that shifter. Might update the brakes as well. Got all the grip, even in the snow. It's only like, what, 30 degrees out here? 33? And I can always use the power band. I can always just rev out without being above the speed limit. I don't know if you guys know how much that means, but that carries a lot of weight for me, because having cars with over 700 horsepower, which I had with the Hellcat, ZL1 Camaro, GT350 Mustang, GTs, so on and so forth, and even driving all these press cars, I can't tap into that power. That's jail speed right there. And most of those cars with a manual second gear, you can do 80 miles an hour. You can't enjoy that. So with this car, as well as the WRX, I like the short gearing to where I can actually roll through the gears. Because if your gearing is tall in the manual, you might as well get the automatic. That's just me. That makes sense to me, because it's not engaging to only shift twice, 3 times tops. And in this car, I can go through the first 5 gears just and be within limit. That is great. And that's why I love this car. So the honeymoon phase is not over. I haven't even gotten to performance miles on this car yet. Even appearance miles. I just did comfortable things like the steering wheel and this armrest antenna, shift knob. That just makes it more comfortable for me to drive. But should I want performance, there's so many things out there. The aftermarket is gargantuan. So the hardest thing with me in cars is what's going to replace the cars. And I got a lot out of my system. It's like, ooh, I wonder what this car is like. Nobody will let me drive it at a dealership, or I didn't have access to press cars. Like, I just got to buy the car to get that experience. Now, thankfully, I get the experience, or I get to drive these cars without having to buy them. That sounds crazy, don't it? But that's what I had to do. Like, nobody's going to let you drive a GT350 at their dealership. Not me. Q, they're not going to let me drive their GT350 at their dealership. I didn't even get the chance to test drive my ZL1 that I bought. The Type S, I didn't drive that. A lot of cars you don't even get a chance to drive because they're exclusive, or so the dealership thinks. So you just don't even get a chance to drive them. This Miata, it gives me the joy of my cars that cost double the value of this one, and even cars that I don't own that cost even more. Like, this gives me the most joy of all the cars that I have driven to date, all the modern cars that is. I know there could be some more classic cars that have more feeling, hydraulic steering, mainly in the older Miatas and some older Hondas. I don't know, but as far as modern cars, this car just does it for me day in, day out, and there's nothing out there that I would replace this with. Now, thankfully, I'm in a position to where I can have two cars. If I could only have one car, the Miata wouldn't even be in that conversation at all because it's not practical enough. But I got my sedan, my wife has her car, and then I got my Miata as my car where I just need to have fun in. It just ticks all of those boxes for me. And thank goodness that this car exists. Gotta love it. As it sings, as it screams, it revs out too. I mentioned the GT350 earlier, revved all the way up to 8,250 RPMs. And shout out to my guy, Rich GT350R as well. But this car goes up to, what, 7,500 RPMs? I always forget. And even though it is right in my face, I don't know. I ain't got my reading glasses on. But it's just exhilarating to be able to rev out, and you feel the power climb as you rev out. Naturally aspirated, simple, you can work on. Like, I saw the oil change I did on here. Well, I didn't do it, but somebody showed me the oil change. I'm like, man, this is way too easy for me not to be doing. This is just a car I can work on, grow with, be a better driver, even at advanced levels. The Topher, he drove it on the track, and my God, I was doing something wrong because the way that guy is crazy when it comes to the track. No disrespect to him, but that man knows how to drive a car. He can really teeter that line of the limit really well, and he does it for many cars. So that man's got a ton of skill, man. So this car, I'm going to grow with this car. I have no plans to sell it ever. It just does everything for me. It's just this is the it car for me. I'm shocked myself it had to be a Miata. It was the SS1LE, and I do respect one of those, and I plan on revisiting a car like that in the future, maybe even this year if YouTube will allow it. But this car right now, right here, is just the bee's knees for me, and I just can't see any other car that can take this enjoyment, especially for the price. It's just nothing else. From where I come up, like, I didn't even know what a Miata was. I saw it on the Steve Harvey show where the principal, she had a Miata. I thought it was like a chick car, and that's what a lot of people will say. But just driving it, have you driven one of these? Just drive one of these. I challenge you to. If you're too tall, that just sucks for you. Shout out to Race Car Friends. He wants to drive one of these. He's too tall. But this car is just a pleasure to drive every single time. And this has been the greatest car purchase that I have. Let me not say the greatest, the most satisfying. This is the car for me. If anybody ever wanted to know what car that was built especially for me, which car just sings to me, resonates with me the most, is going to be this Miata. I love my muscle cars too, but man, they don't put a smile on my face like this car does. I don't know why. Never would have thought it myself, but that's just what it is. So that's all I gotta say about that, folks. So you all remember to drive safe. If you want to support the channel, check out the hoodies. I got them linked down below in the description, as well as you'll see it when you look below the title. It'll be right there on YouTube. So if you want to support the channel, buy a hoodie. If not, I still appreciate you for being here anyway, and at least just watching the video. But you better like it though. And a lot of y'all aren't subscribed, but if you don't like it, that's cool. If you love it, then go ahead and hit that button for me. So with that being said, I'm gonna catch you all in the next video. Peace out. Woo! Wheel hopping out here. All right, peace out now for real.